Argentina are the team nobody wants to see in 2026. They're the defending world champions.
In 2022, the world champions are Argentina.
And they also won the 2024 Copa America.
For Argentina, they win the Copa America 2024.
Still, that's not the real reason they feel terrifying right now. The real reason is that almost the whole spine is still there.
Has to come out there, but it's an opportunity for the opening goal.
Still functional, still mean, and still surrounded by enough new talent to make this version of Argentina feel deeper than the one that won in Qatar. Lionel Scaloni has done something really hard in international football. He turned a country that used to feel permanently one bad night away from drama into a team that now feels normal in big moments. That is a huge difference. Since taking over after the 2018 World Cup, he's won the 2021 Copa America, the 2022 Finalissima, the 2022 World Cup, and the 2024 Copa America. And his deal runs through the 2026 World Cup. Argentina are not chasing an identity anymore. They already have one. Quick pause. Those who are not subscribers, subscribe and tell me which national team you want next. Now, the first reason this team looks so dangerous is simple: continuity. Emi Martínez is still there in goal. Cristian Romero is still the defensive enforcer. Nicolas Otamendi is older now, though he's still right in the middle of things. Rodrigo de Paul still does the running nobody else wants to do. Enzo Fernandez and Alexis McAllister are still there giving control and progression. Messi is still Messi. Lautaro Martinez and Julián Álvarez are still giving Argentina two high-level striker options instead of one. That many core pieces surviving from a title team matters a lot in international football. Messi is the outlier, obviously, because Messi at this point is football's version of somebody refusing to leave the stage while still being good enough that nobody can actually make him. Around him, though, a lot of Argentina's key players are right in the sweet spot. Emi Martínez is still in his early 30s. Romero is still in his late 20s. De Paul, Paredes, Palacios, and McAllister are in that mid-20s to late 20s zone. Enzo is still young. Lautaro and Julián are still in strong years physically. So this is not some old champion team trying to squeeze out one last run. It's a champion team that still has legs. That's what makes them scary. The team still makes sense. Goalkeeper, Emi Martínez might be the best tournament keeper alive. If a match goes to penalties, half the job already feels done. Behind him, Geronimo Rulli and Walter Benitez are not random emergency names either. Argentina are covered there. Centre-back, Romero is still the guy you hate playing against and love having on your side. Otamendi still gives bite and experience. Lisandro Martinez, when healthy, raises the technical level and the aggression again. Leonardo Balerdi is there. Marcos Sensei is there. Juan Foyth gives versatility. This is not a glamorous defensive group in the social media way, though it is a very tournament-friendly one. There is edge in it. There is nastiness in it. There are enough players who actually enjoy defending. Nahuel Molina still gives them an aggressive right-sided option who understands the timing of those outside runs. Gonzalo Montiel is still around if Scaloni wants a more rugged, no-frills version of that role. Marcos Acuna and Nicolas Tagliafico still bring that left-back mentality Argentina seem to love, where defending feels personal and crossing still matters. Juan Foyth can also shift wider if a match gets strange. That flexibility matters in a tournament where one suspension or one rolled ankle can mess up an entire side of the pitch. Then you get to midfield, and this is where Argentina start feeling unfair again. De Paul is still the emotional battery pack. Enzo gives control and forward pressing. McAllister gives intelligence and timing. Paredes is there if Scaloni wants more rhythm and edge. Palacios gives another serious option. Thiago Almada gives creativity. Nico Paz is now coming into the picture too. Giovanni Lo Celso would make this even richer if fully fit. There's not many national teams that can rotate midfield profiles this clearly without lowering the quality too much. And what I like about that group is that they all solve a different type of problem. Need more control? Paredes can sit in and calm the whole match down. Need more running? De Paul will sprint until the stadium lights go out. Need someone to glide through pressure and hit a pass that changes the picture? Enzo is right there. Need a midfielder who notices every second ball and every loose space around the box? That's McAllister. Need extra thrust off the bench? Palacios and Almada can change the speed of the game without making Argentina lose their shape. And then there's the front line. Messi is still the center of attention, because of course he is, and because every Argentina conversation still bends around him naturally. The difference now is that the rest of the attack does not feel dependent on him in the unhealthy way older Argentina teams sometimes did. Lautaro is a serious scorer. Julián Álvarez will run himself into the earth for the team and still give you goals. Nicolas Gonzalez gives width and work rate. Giuliano Simeone is arriving with that deeply annoying Simeone family energy, where you can tell he'd happily turn a friendly into a knife fight. Mastantuono is there as a huge young talent. Prestiani has been mentioned in the wider picture too. That means Scaloni has something he did not always have before: fresh chaos off the bench. That bench factor matters more than people think. Argentina in 2022 had enough magic and enough grit to win the whole thing. Argentina in 2026 might have more ways to change a game late. That's dangerous in knockout football. One tired fullback, one midfielder on a yellow, one defender who's already had enough of Messi drifting inside, and then Scaloni can throw on a younger dribbler or runner who does not care about your plans. That is how tight World Cup games get broken open. Argentina's bench doesn't feel decorative. A lot of big national teams say they have depth, and what they really mean is that they have recognizable names. Argentina's depth feels usable. Almada can genuinely change a match. Nico Paz looks like a player who won't hide if the shirt gets heavy. Mastantuono has that fearless, slightly disrespectful young star vibe you actually want in a knockout tie. Giuliano Simeone gives pure chaos and aggression. Even the backup defenders look like players who understand the job, instead of tourists waiting for one group stage appearance. Scaloni's structure helps all of this too. He's kept the broad idea familiar, usually some version of a 4-3-3 or a shape that can fit into a narrow 4-4-2 feel, with a compact middle, hard-running midfielders around Messi, and forwards who actually work without the ball. That last part is huge. Lautaro and Julián both do dirty work. They press, they run channels, they drag defenders around, they open lanes for late midfield runs. Messi gets protection because the rest of the team accepts the labor. That arrangement still holds. And honestly, that may be Scaloni's best trick as a coach. He convinced stars to behave like role players whenever the game asks for it. That sounds small. It isn't. International football is full of teams with nice names and weird egos. Argentina look much healthier than that. Everyone seems to understand the script. De Paul runs, Enzo organizes, McAllister connects, Romero terrifies somebody, Emi talks trash, Messi appears in the zone that hurts the most. That predictability inside the squad is a strength, not a weakness. Argentina don't look shocked by pressure anymore, they almost look amused by it. They've already lived through extra time, penalties, emotional chaos, ugly wins, beautiful wins, and games where the entire country seemed one mistake away from collective collapse. They survived all of that, so now, when a match gets tense, they don't seem to panic. They just settle into it. That is a miserable thing to face if you're on the other side. Now, there are still questions. Lautaro has had recent physical issues. Lisandro Martínez has had fitness problems too. Lo Celso has also missed time. Those are real concerns, especially because tournament football punishes you fast if 2 or 3 key players arrive at 80% instead of 100%. Messi's status always hangs over the whole discussion too, not because he's not brilliant anymore, but because he'll turn 39 during the tournament, and nobody can pretend that means nothing, even if he said he's taking it day by day. And there's also the natural question every champion faces: can they still summon the same hunger after winning basically everything? That's usually where great national teams start to soften. They still have talent, though the edge drops a little. With Argentina, I'm not sure that's happened. Maybe it's because the group still has enough old street fight energy in it. Maybe it's because Messi's presence still sharpens the mood. Maybe it's because Scaloni has mixed in enough younger players that the internal competition stays alive. Whatever the reason, they still look emotionally nasty in the best possible tournament way. That said, I still think Argentina may be the most complete squad in international football right now. France have outrageous talent, Brazil under Ancelotti look much more balanced, England under Tuchel look deeper and more coherent than they've looked in years. Still, Argentina have the thing those teams still have to prove in this exact cycle. They know how to win ugly together, they know how to suffer. They know how to control games without always looking flashy. They know how to survive the weird emotional storms that come with World Cups. And now, they have younger talent starting to layer in underneath the old champions. That is a nasty combination. A champion's memory, a still functional core, a world-class goalkeeper, an elite midfield, two strikers who can both start, Messi still pulling strings, and a new wave of kids who do not seem remotely intimidated by any of it. That's why Argentina look terrifying heading into 2026. Not because of romance, because they still have answers almost everywhere. And if Lautaro, Lisandro, and Lo Celso get healthy at the right time, then the ceiling goes even higher. So now, I want your take. If the World Cup started tomorrow, would you pick Argentina over everyone else? Or do you think France, Brazil, or England have enough to knock them off?